Well, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. And that right behind me there is a cancerous growth of olive olive. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ontario 12-inch machete, 1095 high carbon steel. It's got a decent, well, it's got somewhat of a spring tempered. It's a bit stiffer than most, but yeah, that's due to its length, but it does have some spring to it. So without further ado, let's get chopping some olives. Just look at them. They ain't got no respect for nobody's property or personal space. Let's do something about that, shall we? If I can hit it. There we go. And again, anytime you're cutting these, y'all gotta watch out for them thorns. These things will ruin your day. Almost made a mistake there. Let's get that one out of the way first. It's a temporary measure. These things will grow back pretty quick. They're quite resilient type of vegetation. Okay. So why a 12-inch machete, someone may ask, versus your standard 18-inch or a 14 or 16-inch machete? It all comes down to packability, basically. It's what you want to carry, obviously. I mean, when I'm doing a review, just like everybody, keep in mind, I am by no means saying you have to get this. I'm just bringing you stuff that I think you might be interested in. And I'll start off by explaining why I like these 12-inch machetes. I've mentioned it before, but often for me, these kind of will fill the role of a larger belt knife. And for the price difference, it's, say, you'll have to forgive me, I can't remember exactly how much these are going for. They're a little bit harder to find now. So if you can snag up Ontario machetes, I recommend you at least get one or two, regardless of the length. But I would like to say you shouldn't pay no more than 30, maybe at the high end $40 for this right now, if assuming you can find it. And what I like specifically about the Ontarios is the steel choice is pretty excellent. 1095 is an outstanding source for blades. You can play, the manufacturers that make them can obviously play with the temper and your Rockwell hardness to get specific performances out of the steel, and they've done quite a good job with these Ontario machetes. And like I said, for me, this in a way acts as a large belt knife would for me, because of its durability and what it can withstand, especially a lot of hard abuse if you're cutting in actual harder woods versus, you know, like your standard long grass, briars, you know, small brush. And in a pinch, these come in handy for, say, shelter building, because, you know, obviously the impact that they deliver on their cuts is pretty substantial. Now let me angle myself here just to make it safer in case there's an overswing or a miss. So we'll bring and hopefully keep it in shot and focus for y'all. Now this is kind of rotten, so it's not going to be much of a challenge. But you know, we're looking at my here. We're looking at about a close to 3.5 inch diameter hunk of wood. So check our swing. We should be good. Hands well above the target area. you know what, that's a little bit harder in there than I thought. Just the very outside of it's rotten. Awesome. Well, that'd be a more proper demonstration that way. Now you're asking, like I was talking about, is the advantages of carrying it. Like I said, it's very multifunctional, and it should, if you keep your edge proper, it'll function. Excuse me. I won't say as good as a hatchet, but similar. Keeping them good and sharp, and when you're using on stuff like this, you'll get pretty good results. Shouldn't have to wear yourself out cutting this material. And we're just about through here. There we go. And to make another point, how handy they are to have, say, to use as a drawing knife. So you can use your machete or you can also go the opposite way if you so desire. Now, where this will come into play a lot is shelter building. If you're needing to carve a flat surface, maybe you need to make 2 rounds match with very little to no gap. Then you can take your, if you have a large belt knife, and an axe or hatchet will work too. It's just a little more time consuming, but a larger blade like this that you can safely grip without worrying about cutting yourself makes for quite a good draw knife. And this is not the best piece of wood here. It's not in the best shape, but for demonstration purposes, we'll get us a little bit of a flat here. And does this tool work as good as a proper draw knife for this job? No. But the kind of the point is, which I'm sure a lot of you people who watch these type of videos, you're already aware of it. It's just, what can you get out of the tool that you're carrying so you can carry less tools? The more multifunctional your tools that you do take with you are, the less you have to carry, basically. And when you're talking usually bushcraft survival, wilderness survival and all that, now I tend to see the idea for a lot of it, not all of it, mind you, is wilderness survival. Wood processing is a lot to do with that. There's somewhat of a flat coming into shape there. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just say that, you know, there's no validity to prepping and learn how to survive in urban, city, you know, those sort of things, because those are definitely valid. There's a good bit of pine resin right there in that piece. All right, so let's get it reset here and we'll do some other tasks with this thing. All right, this is get enough small diameter we can use for shelter building. So let's kind of de-limb this bad boy here. So she is tangled in this pine tree pretty proper. There we go. getting about down where she's getting too narrow to be much use for her, so we'll go ahead and cut that around there. So now, got us a pretty decent pole. And of course you need several of these. And also once you get it, you'll want to clean up the pieces like this so they don't cause any damage to like a tarp or poke you in the eye or something of that nature. Well guys, that's pretty short, sweet, and simple. Like I said, they're pretty handy to have for the size. They're obviously they're lighter, more maneuverable, and if you're carrying it on your belt, it's not really getting in the way so bad. And of course you can obviously put it in the pack quite easily. So would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic tool. Tough enough to last you your lifetime and your kids and maybe even their kids if properly took care of. It does suffer from that crappy Ontario handle, but it's a matter of, you know, just dealing with it. Or me, like I said, I plan on I want to rehandle my Ontarios here sometime in the near future, because I'd like to get some kind of canvas or burlap micarta scales put on these bad boys, better shaped, make them nice and comfortable. But you know, that's its only real flaw that I can really point out. And two, with a lot of machetes, you'll notice now that's not sharpened up near the tip, and that's usually intentional, because typically with machetes you don't cut with that part of the machete, nor is it really made for stabbing. Though machete like this Ontario 12-inch, as stiff as it is, and the quality of the steel, you could do your own modifications, you know, up to you. But another point to make is you can dig a little bit with that if you got to. The main part you'll do your cutting with on one of these, usually the sweet spot on these is right around here-ish, in between my fingers, for actually chopping. But hey, hope that was informative. Appreciate you all watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help keep the channel going strong. I appreciate all your time. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in their video.